Hey everyone and welcome. My name is Noelle and in this video I'll be sharing my process for this mountain and water ripple watercolor painting. After I finished my sketch, I lightened the pencil lines with a kneaded eraser. My original plan for this piece was to include a boat and a few buoys, but my painting went a different direction than I had anticipated, which is just fine because the initial pencil sketch doesn't show through the paint once I was finished. My painting began with a layer of clear water to paint soft colors representing the lightest areas of the water reflection. The colors might seem a bit random now, but once I paint the sky near the end, it will make a lot more sense. I've never painted water like this before, so this section of the piece is a new concept for me. It was really helpful to have a reference photo act as a guide. I would unlikely be able to paint this from my head with my knowledge at the time. Because I'm painting with watercolor traditionally or without the use of white paint, I am relying on the whiteness of the paper to express lighter values. While painting the ripples, I had to paint around the highlights of the waves very carefully with a slightly darker color. The colors in the water reflect the sky, so depending on the conditions, the surface of the water depicts its surroundings at various degrees. In this case, the water is glossy and closely mirrors the sky. In total, I painted 5 separate layers of paint to depict the water, and in the end, I think it turned out really cool. I wasn't sure what to expect. If I were to do this again, I would probably use less paint for the water reflection since some areas are too dark for my taste. My next step was to paint the sky. I started with the brightest areas of the clouds and used the same colors in the water to paint it. I got distracted in the middle of the wash, so I had to re-wet the paper in this section with clear water on top of what I've painted and continued to add dark purples and blues for the clouds. In my reference photo, the sky was overexposed in the image, so I had to be a little creative and paint what I felt the sky should look like. For the next step, you guessed it, I began by painting the lightest area of the mountains. Between each layer, I am letting the paper dry completely before starting the next one. In my second layer, I got a little carried away and I had to dab some paint off of the paper, but that was an easy fix. I thought it would look nice to add some details to the closest mountain, but I changed my mind and painted over most of it. I hope you enjoy watching this process. If you enjoyed watching, consider giving me a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel. For art supplies I use and recommend, you can visit my Amazon storefront link below, where I'll receive a commission from items purchased following the link. You can find me on my social media. I am most active on my Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and make it a great day.